Well, first of all, it's 4 o'clock, so the main thing for me to do is to thank all of you for sticking around for this panel, because it's a great panel, and it's on Yemen, and we have a great panel. So let me introduce our panel on Yemen. First, we have Martha Mundy, to my left, right here, who's Professor Emeritus in Anthropology at the London School of Economics. She's a specialist in the anthropology of the Arab world, whose research has concerned anthropology of law and the state, the comparative sociology of agrarian systems, and the anthropology of kinship and family. Next, I have to my left, my next left, is Monica Toft, who's Professor of International Politics at the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, and now the Director of the Center for Strategic Studies. And she specializes in international security, ethnic and religious violence, civil wars, and demography. And to my third left is Diane Mazarana. She is Associate Research Professor at the Friedman School of Nutrition and at the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, and a Senior Research Fellow at the World Peace Foundation. She's also head of the Feinstein International Center's program on women, children, and armed conflict, and she studies the gender dimensions of humanitarian assistance. So before we get started, just a couple words about Yemen. Prior to my coming to the Feinstein Center, I was at USAID, and I worked on the 4 famines that were out there: Yemen, northern Nigeria, South Sudan, and Somalia. And I think what is notable about it is that even when you add up all those affected in the countries besides Yemen, the number of people affected in Yemen equals all those people. And that is a staggering figure, because it's nearly 80% of the country that is now affected by this. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 50% of all the health clinics have been put out of commission. As Aaron Boyd said earlier, we already were dealing with 50% malnutrition, so it wasn't a very good starting place to come from. And access has been, at best, spotty by the humanitarians, and has really created the fact that the coalition has bombed not just the urban areas, but the agricultural areas, has created one of the worst crises in the world around cholera, over 1 million cases. We've never, in 30 years of doing humanitarian assistance, we've never worked in a situation where we've had over 1 million cases of cholera. It just doesn't happen. Never mind that there's diphtheria. So Yemen is a place that has really taken a terrible brunt and could least afford to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Monica, and then Martha will go next, and then Diane. Okay?